Hello everybody and welcome to the inaugural Skittles Cup Series race at Daytona. On the pole we have Jack Halleck and the number 96 SoccerPro.com Toyota for Blue Flare Motorsports. And next to him, completing the front row, is Kenny Myatt in the number 15 Xi Toyota for Titanium Motorsports. Here's the rest of your starting grid. Here we have Connor DaCosta. He is the highest qualifying part-time driver running for his own team. And starting last, rounding out the 40 drivers, is Austin Rogers, the number 4 Rogers Racing Machine. As they go around turn 4, the pace car will turn into pit lane, and then we will begin the first lap of Skittles Cup Series history. And here they go. Jack Halleck leads the field away, being pushed by his teammate in the 41 Starbucks Toyota, Jared Gotastic. He makes it 3 wide to go for the lead early. They all want to be the one that goes down in history as leading the first lap. Alexander Novacek from Ukraine, driving the 32, has already been pushed up into the third lane. He is driving one of 2 Mercedes in the field. The 2 Blue Flare Motorsports teammates are getting very aggressive as it's already 4 wide. As Ryder Smith makes a push to the lead by Kyle Collins. Will the Brit lead the first lap, or will it be the Canadian Kyle Collins? It will be... I think it was the Brit, yes. Ryder Smith in the 00 leads the first lap of Skittles Cup Series history. Matthew Sutton is making strides early. And here comes Jeffrey Fingai for Fingai Saitomi Motorsports, an infamous team in the motorsports community. Here goes Matthew Sutton for Fitzwater Australia Racing, making it 2 wide to try to get the lead from the Canadian Kyle Collins. His owner-driver, Fitzy, in the number 59, is there to help him out. And it will be Collins getting that lap. In the back we have Ben Allen, who has already fallen off the pace. Thomas Saldivia, he is the Chilean driver for Fitzwater Australia Racing. He is just merely holding on to the back of the draft, but it looks like him and Ryan Reed will be falling off. Up in 34th for Tremblay Motors, the part-time driver, Kobe Johnson. He is 16 years old and the youngest driver in the series. But back up to the front of the pack, we have Sam Rogers in the number 54 IHOP Toyota for Sam Rogers Motorsports leading the way. Here comes Connor DaCosta. He is currently the highest placing driver in the part-time championships. And he gets pushed up to the second line. It looks like Ephraim Lord for Jeremy Johnson Racing looks to make it up there. That would be big strides for the team. They're not the strongest team in the field, and they are looking to improve throughout the year. Speaking of Jeremy Johnson Racing, Ben Allen is still far off of the lead pack. It looks like Ryan Reed and Thomas Saldivia have caught Austin Rogers and are looking to pass him. Hiroshi Kazumi has also fallen off the pace a bit. He is also on Rogers Racing. Not a great day so far for them, but it's always possible to turn it around at Daytona. Sam Rogers still leads the way as Ephraim Lord and Eddie Karwowski make it 3 wide on Connor DaCosta. TJ Smith is also up there. This team is known to have bad luck, according to the owner himself. They look to turn it around in the Skittles Cup Series. But Sam Rogers looks like the driver to beat at the moment. As Daniel Bouchard passes TJ Smith for second place. He is on Chastain Bros Racing, the Canadian team. Zach Stern for Fitzwater Australia Racing looks to get up front. He is being pushed by Eddie Jones for Flying Aces International. But it's still Sam Rogers out at the moment. Here's a notable driver up front, Michael Kaluzny for Toon Hotels Racing. They're self-sponsored, but they are looking to make big strides in the part-time championship. He is pushing his way to the lead. And now to the lead is Drake Kalita, finally dethroning Sam Rogers. But that won't be long lasting as Alexander Novacek in the Mercedes is looking to pass him for the lead. Alexander Novacek is being pushed by Sam Rogers now as Sam looks to finally get back to the lead. They are pulling away as of right now, but that's not a good thing as the draft can catch them easily. Here is another part-time driver making strides in this race, Nicholas Logano in the number 22 Pennzoil Ford for Team JL. They were a last-minute part-time sign-up, so how they will do is unknown as of right now. Alexander Novacek is still leading the way, though, being pushed heavily by Sam Rogers. The draft is still strong back here, although those few drivers have pulled away. Cody Johnson is up in the mix now. Will they catch Ben Allen soon? He cannot catch a break. Something might be wrong on that car, because he's been slow since the first second. And now he's running at almost a 51-second lap. Ryan Reed, Thomas Saldivia, and Austin Rogers are in a pack of their own, not running very fast times. This is not shaping up to be the day that they had hoped it would. But on the bright side for Rogers Racing, Hiroshi Kazumi is in the lead pack, drafting Ethan Villacorta for Chastain Bros Racing. See what's happening up front. It looks like the same drivers, Alexander Novacek and Sam Rogers, have maintained this lead. Zach Stern and Richie Wells are catching them, though, and here comes Nicholas Logano, Kenny Myatt, and Kyle Collins. Haven't heard much of Kenny Myatt so far today, although he did start second. Jeffrey Fingai for Fingai Saitomi Motorsports, and this Nintendo machine is making waves as well. And here comes the other Mercedes of Joey DeCrescenzi. Looks like the draft has split up. I'm not sure what caused this to happen, but it did. Looks like Alexander Novacek has been passed, and here comes Kenny Myatt. Kenny wants to make some waves in this series, as his nemesis, Jeffrey Fingai, is pushing him. It's a Toyota, a Ford, a Mercedes, a Dodge, all in a line. Haven't heard much from Joey DeCrescenzi either, but he looks to make some waves as well. Got Drake Kalita all the way up to the outside without any help. Him and Jack Dwyer in that beautiful number 55 Dr. Sleep Chevy are looking to get back up to the lead. Matthew Sutton, who had a very good start to the race, has fallen back quite a bit. 24th position is not where they want to be. So go further back, Connor DaCosta, Cody Johnson, and Michael Kaluzny, 3 part-timers. They're looking fairly decent. These 3 guys are still off the pace, and Ben Allen looks to be getting caught by this main pack very soon. Who is the leading part-time driver? It would be Nicholas Logano, as Bradley Bishop Jr., the Canadian, gets that lap. But here comes the Ukrainian, Novacek, being passed by the Australian, Jack Halleck, who is being pushed by the Brit, Ryder Smith. It's a very, very large series with nationalities. Ryder Smith led the first lap, and he wants to get another one. He hasn't really been up front since. Haven't heard much from Travis Scott. He is the 3rd Fingai Saitomi Motorsports car. He had a relatively poor qualifying result, but now he's looking to get back up into the contention. But he's being pushed out of the bottom line for Zach Stern in the Fitzwater Australia Racing Dodge. Ryder Smith looks like he has a very good lead at the moment, although Jack Halleck is probably waiting to pounce at any second. He's been extravagant all weekend. And here comes the Mercedes of Alexander Novacek again. What a race he's having. This is his first ever stock car race. To the bottom, looking to take the lead from Jack Halleck, is Jared Gotastic, being pushed by the Fingai Saitomi duo. Here comes the Irishman Ephraim Lord, being pushed by the part-timer Connor DaCosta. He is now the highest placing part-timer, as the lead pack has caught up to each other again. Yeah, you can see the lead pack in the background of Ben Allen. They are catching up to him as he is running a 50.6 almost. These guys are not running terrible times, but where it's only the 3 of them, they need a caution to get back into this. This is not the day Fitzwater Australia Racing wants to see Thomas Saldivia having. And here they go. They have caught Ben Allen Drake Kalita pulls to the outside and hopes to get by Ben Allen, and it worked in his favor as he gets this lap. And he pulls quite a bit away from his owner, Jeffrey Fingai. Jeffrey Fingai will be very pleased with Drake Kalita's performance today, as Drake was a last-minute signing on their part. Jared Gotastic is being pushed by Bradley Bishop Jr. And you see Ephraim Lord having one hell of a day for Jeremy Johnson Racing. Looks like there's no damage on Ben Allen's 91, so he might be able to keep up with the draft here, unless there is a problem, which it looks like there probably was. He's held Alexander Novacek and Jack Halleck back quite a bit as these guys pull away. Sam Rogers looks to jump on this opportunity and get back to the lead after leading a few laps in the beginning parts of the race. Here he goes. Sam Rogers goes to the outside, the inside, sorry, and looks to lead lap 20 of the inaugural Daytona 500. Look at Jack Roberts there. So while we were on break, there was a huge crash. Joey DeCrescenzi tried to make it 4 wide and clipped Travis Scott into the middle of the pack, and there they went. Heavy hits for Kyle Collins, Jack Halleck. A lot of the good drivers have been eliminated from this competition, most likely. Francois Chastain got a big collision. Look at that damage. Unfortunate day for Michael Kaluzny. He was holding together a very good run. Drake Kalita, who is doing very well, is now out of it. Unfortunate. Zach Stern is smoking as these guys who needed it is passing him. Jack Dwyer leads the way, though, with his teammate Sam Rogers behind him. We will get back to you with the green flag. The pace lights are off, so that means the pace car will be pulling into pit lane next time around. Leading the field to green will be Eddie Karwowski. Behind him is his teammate Ethan Villacorta, Matthew Sutton, Richie Wells, Christian Russell, Jack Dwyer, Sam Rogers, TJ Smith, Steven Schaff, and rounding the top 10 is Justin Garza. The drivers out of the race are as follows: Michael Kaluzny, Zach Stern, Drake Kalita, Francois Chastain, and Kyle Collins. Halleck and Allen are still in the race, but they're a lap down. See some damage on Ethan Villacorta, so we'll see how that affects him. This is good for Eddie Karwowski, though. He gets some laps led. We're almost to the halfway point of the race, which means people are going to start getting feisty, as they all want to be the ones to lock themselves into the playoffs first. We'll see how the lap cars play into however this is going to go. The pace car is rolling off, and Eddie Karwowski in the number 98 Canadian Tire Dodge for Chastain Bros Racing will lead them away to the green flag. Some guys pulled down the outside and got stuck behind the slower cars. Perfect for Eddie Karwowski and his teammate. Matthew Sutton and Jack Dwyer are looking to make some waves. Poor day for Ben Allen. Got a lap down early, then got involved in the crash. What's next for the poor man? Looks like Jack Halleck is holding up a large portion of the field. Hopefully they can get him on to pace. But for now, it's just these guys up front that are competing, as Eddie Karwowski leads another lap. That's up to Jack Dwyer. Oh, there's another caution. Oops, I didn't even notice. We'll see what happened. So Jack Halleck appears to be holding up the field. And Eddie Jones went outside to avoid him. And then it just caused a huge wreck in the back. Steven Schaff, Justin Garza, Ryan Reed, Jeffrey Fingai. And, very, very unfortunate for Connor DaCosta, who was really showing his skill all day. Good on Cody Johnson, though, for getting through the wreck. He is the youngest guy in the field, but he has been showing quite the potential. We'll get back to you in the green flag. Back. Coming through turns 3 and 4, the pace lights are off, meaning he will go to pit lane, and we will be off again. Jack Halleck leads the way with Ethan Villacorta behind him, and then Matthew Sutton, Richie Wells, Alexander Novacek, Christian Russell, Daniel Bouchard, Sam Rogers, and running at the top 10 is Ryan Dagby. What a performance for Ryan Dagby. Here goes Jack Dwyer. Let's hope Ben Allen and Jack Halleck don't cause any more drama by holding up the field. And here they go. Jack Halleck pulling off very, very well. We'll see who's in the back. Justin Garza, he looks to still be in it. Eddie Karwowski, he had problems during the pace lap, so he had to go in and pit. Heartbreak for him. He was doing very, very well. Hopefully he can go back to the front. Jack Dwyer is pulling away, though, with Matthew Sutton, Alexander Novacek, and Ethan Villacorta. Oh, they're pitting. I don't know why they did not pit on the pace laps, but they are pitting now. Oh, no. This is going to cause a state of the race. Ephraim Lord and his teammate Christian Vargas from Costa Rica. They are making waves. Very poor qualifying efforts. Their equipment isn't the greatest, but they are doing what they can of it. And they are both in the top 10. Kenny Myatt, he is in 10th place, I think, coming around. What a comeback for Hiroshi Kazumi. More drivers are pitting. I don't know why they all just didn't pit. This is going to cause a lot of madness in the race. Zachary Fitzwater to the lead. I don't know if he's let a lap all day. It's cool to see the Jeremy Johnson racing cars up in the main pack, though. Although we don't know who's going to pit this time, so that could cause a lot of catastrophe. Sam Rogers. Are more people going to pit in this main pack? Nope, they might have already pitted. It looks like Christian Vargas is having trouble keeping up. And then all the way back here, we got another pack of Hiroshi Kazumi, Wilson Hunt, Jeffrey Fingai, Ryan Dagby, and TJ Smith. Eddie Karwowski, though, he is making a comeback after that heartbreak pit. You got teammates Jack Roberts and Eddie Jones, Thomas Saldivia. That I was right. That caution earlier is what he needed. He is back into the mix. Jared Gotastic with damage. His car isn't running as well as he had at one point, but he is looking to make a comeback. Bradley Bishop Jr., he's all the way in the back. Nicholas Logano, Travis Scott. Jack Halleck is extremely off the pace. I don't know why his crew chief is letting him run this race. Matthew Sutton, heartbreak for him, having to pit. He was doing very well, as was Ethan Villacorta. Sam Rogers and Joey DeCrescenzi. Here they go. They're catching Ethan Villacorta. What is going to happen here? We got Joey DeCrescenzi up top and Ryder Smith on bottom. Depending on what line Ethan goes to will depend on what's going to happen. Sam Rogers makes the quick move to the outside to get by Ethan Villacorta. Nobody else does. They all stick behind him. Joey DeCrescenzi, though. He hadn't heard much of him at the beginning of the race, but now he has come to life in that Mercedes. How Mercedes would love to get their first ever win in their first ever race as a stock car. Sam Rogers, though, is pulling away in dominant fashion. Look at that best lap of his. A 56.683. Oh man, Joey DeCrescenzi's best lap though, 46.171. That is good. Kenny Myatt down to the inside. He would love to get his first career Skittles Cup Series win, bring that trophy back to Ohio. Ryder Smith pushing him, and then we got the other Mercedes and Alexander Novacek. The Jeremy Johnson racing cars are still into the mix, both in the top 10. This pack's the top 10. Doesn't look like this other pack will catch them. TJ Smith leading the way with Thomas Saldivia really making a comeback. And Austin Rogers, one of the slowest cars in the field in practice. The second slowest car in the field in qualifying, all the way up in the top 15. That is impressive. Hopefully this team will find the funding they need. Having to split the Gatorade sponsorship between two cars is very, very unwanted move. Cody Johnson, the youngest driver in the field, has made it all the way up here in the Tremblay Motors Dodge, but all the way back up front we have Jack Dwyer leading the way, but it looks like Sam Rogers is taking that away from him. They're coming up another lapped car. Matthew Sutton. Matthew Sutton goes to the outside. So Joey DeCrescenzi is looking to take the lead away. Get his first laps led. Now this is good for them because Matthew Sutton can keep up with the pace. He just had to go to pit lane. He wasn't damaged. He hasn't been in any crashes. Zachary Fitzwater to the bottom. We got a few owner drivers up here. We have Zachary Fitzwater, Sam Rogers. Christian Russell is up there as well. Oh, never mind. He is a lap down. I was mistaken. But Kenny Myatt to the lead, the Ohioan. What a day this would be for him if he could pull off the win. Ephraim Lord is all the way up in second. Imagine the upset if Jeremy Johnson Racing could pull off a win. Richie Wells, he's all the way up in the mix too. He's built a very large fan base so far, starting an Instagram page, Richie Wells Nation, or R Wells Nation. Kenny Mayant's very dominant right now, though. Alexander Novacek, he's all the way up in third. We're coming around to 10 laps to go soon. Looks like they're about to catch the extremely slow Jack Halleck. Still can't believe he's still on the track. Driving a 53 lap while these guys are going 47. What is going to happen here? Will Kenny Mayant pull to the outside? He will. It's going to hold up the two Fitzwater Australia cars, but the Mercedes and the Toyota are still going strong. This helps Christian Vargas in the number 10 as he can now catch up. Very unfortunate for Richie Wells, Joey DeCrescenzi, and Jack Dwyer, who are completely stuck behind him. They need to pull down to the bottom line if they want a chance. That might be the end of the road for these three, as the lead pack pulls away. Alexander Novacek. Matthew Sutton, he isn't even in this, contention, but he is still doing extremely well. And then there's a caution. Wow, the drama. We will get back to you on what happened. So it appears that, well, we'll see now. So Wilson Hunt got just completely dumped by Bradley Bishop Jr. in front of Jeffrey Fingai, Ryan Dagby, Austin Rogers, who is pulling out an amazing run for his team. Heartbreak. We will see what happens. We will get back to you at the green. The pace lights are off. That means they're ready to go green. Alexander Novacek is in the lead. Kenny Mayant, Zachary Fitzwater, Ephraim Lord, Sam Rogers, Ryder Smith, Daniel Bouchard, Christian Vargas, Jack Dwyer, and Joey DeCrescenzi. Apparently Richie Wells is a lap down, which I did not know. I am sorry if I got your hopes up. What a day for Cody Johnson. He's all the way up in 11th. Let's go racing. The last 5 laps. Alexander Novacek had a commanding lead, so this is very disappointing for him and his team. Pack is already splitting into 2. Looks like very unfortunate circumstances for Cody Johnson. He was 11th place, and he has dropped back extremely far after getting stuck behind Jack Halleck. What a heartbreak. But now it looks like Sam Rogers, with the help of Zachary Fitzwater, is looking to make a run for the lead. 4 laps remaining in the Daytona 500. Who is going to win? Ryder Smith is up in the mix. Ephraim Lord, Daniel Bouchard, Joey DeCrescenzi, Jack Dwyer. Richie Wells is not in the mix, but he is here to help out. See what's happened with these guys. Yeah, Cody Johnson went from 11th to 24th. Still not a bad day, but he wishes for better after what he could have had. Jeffrey Fingai, 21st. Eddie Jones. It looks like Nicholas Logano might be the leading part-time driver at the moment. Yes, he definitely is. Good day for Hiroshi Kazumi. Jacob Roberts is doing pretty good. So is TJ Smith. What a day for TJ Smith. He is 10th place. Ryder Smith, he's all the way up to the lead. Behind him is Daniel Bouchard, the Canadian. And then you got 4 drivers, I think, that aren't even in contention for the win. Nope, these guys are all lapped down. Richie Wells, not Joey DeCrescenzi, Russell, Sutton, Wells, and Villacorta. Ryder Smith, he led the first lap of Skittles Cup Series history, and he is pulling far away. He has a commanding lead. This is great for him in Titanium Motorsports. This could be their chance. Zachary Fitzwater doesn't want to give up, though. Sam Rogers to the inside. He wants that first win. The help of Zachary Fitzwater. 2 laps remaining, this time by. Sam Rogers looks to strip it away from Ryder Smith, and he does that successfully. He has had a great day, and so has Zachary Fitzwater. Nobody expected the road ringer from Australia to be up here in the mix to win by the end of it, but here he is, proving that he can do super speedways as well. Jack Dwyer's back there. He wants to make a last-minute dash for it, but it's either going to be Sam Rogers or Zachary Fitzwater, it looks like. Here they go, up to the last lap. Who is going to win the Daytona 500? Sam Rogers leads them away. Jack Dwyer looks to make some last-minute momentum, but it just doesn't look doable. TJ Smith with a great run. Sam Rogers with a commanding lead at the moment. Zachary Fitzwater is going to have to make a move. Here comes Jack Dwyer looking for a Sam Rogers Motorsports 1-2. Zachary Fitzwater is going to have to make his move going into 4, going into the tri-oval. Will he be able to do it? Here they come. Zachary Fitzwater is going to have to make his move. He's not going to do it, and that means, to the checkered flag, Sam Rogers wins the first Skittles Cup Series race at Daytona. Wow. What a day for the Sam Rogers Motorsports boys. First and third. Looks like we have Daniel Bouchard finished 5th. Ryder Smith finished 4th. TJ Smith with an outstanding finish of 6th. Christian Vargas in 7th. Kenny Myatt in 8th. Eddie Karwowski in 9th. Joey DeCrescenzi in 10th. Ephraim Lord in 11th. Alexander Novacek in 12th. 13th is Hiroshi Kazumi. 15th is Ryan Dagby. And 14th is Thomas Saldivia. What a race. Thanks to everyone for tuning in and watching the inaugural Skittles Cup Series race. We will be back for round 2 later on.